Dear student, I am here with my new video come presentation from the same subject, that is programming in C++. Code of the subject is 3330702. It belongs to GTU diploma section. The unit that I am taking here is unit 1, that is principles of object oriented programming. And the topic that I will try to cover here is different data types, constants and variables in C++. Myself KM Jha, lecturer VPMP Polytechnic Gandhinagar. The objectives after completing this, you are able to learn tokens, keywords and identifiers, basic data types, user defined, derived data types, constants and variables. These are the topics that we will try to cover during this presentation. Now about the introduction of the topic. To store information of various data types like character, wide character, integer, floating point, double floating point, boolean, etc. based on the data type of a variable, the operating system allocates memory and decides what can be stored in the reserved memory. So, according to the data type, the system decides what can be stored in the reserved memory. It means we will have to focus on the data types of a variable. You all are aware of all the kinds of variable data types. The only data type that differ here, it is present in C also, but try to learn about the wide character also, why we are using. It is a kind of character data type, but let us see what is wide character in a brief. Here I am just clicking on right button. I am clicking on the link. So it will directly open this one. Go here, you will get what is the difference between wide char and char. So wide char is similar to char data type, as I said, except that wide character take up twice the space and can take on much larger values as a result. It means it takes the twice space and the values that we can store, it is much larger than the char data type. Char can take 256 values, which corresponds to the entries in the ASCII table. On the other hand, wide character can take 65,536 values, which corresponds to Unicode values. So basic difference between wide character and char is char belongs to ASCII table and this belongs to Unicode values, which is a recent international standard. So it takes twice space and the values are much higher than the char. Try to remember this. They both are of the character data type, but the difference is that wide character it takes twice the space and the values are far more than the char data type. Okay. So now we will continue with the same. It is about all the introduction. Also we will try to learn about the constants and variables declaration. Now about the tokens. When we start writing the program, we should know what is token, because everything what we are writing inside the program, that is collection of tokens. So in C++ there are 5 types of token. In other words, the smallest definition for token is it is the smallest individual unit of a program. Means everything that we are writing inside the source code, it is a token. Then it can be keyword, then it can be identifier. Identifiers are synonyms for variable. Then constant, strings, operators. These things we are using to create a source code, and these are nothing but they are tokens. So it is a collection of keyword, identifier, constant, strings and operators. Everything that we are using inside the program, that is token. Keywords, you all are aware of keyword. There is a list of keyword already available there in the C as well as C++. Auto, class, return, int, friend, protected, wchar. Just now we had talked about the wchar, boolean, etc. These are all keywords. Identifiers. Identifiers are synonyms for the variables, and the rules are similarly that we are using in variables. That is applicable for identifiers also. But when we are talking about the C++, the major difference between and C++ is a limit on the length of a name. In C, there is only 32 characters for writing the variable name, while in C++ there is no limit on the length of a name. So this is the basic difference between the variable declaration. There is in C there is only 32 characters that you can use, while in C++ there is no limit on the length of a name. Constants, you all are aware, everything. Constants refer to a fixed values that do not change during the execution of a program. It means everything which is having a fixed value that you cannot change. These are all examples of constants. WCHAR also, it is a part that also you can use. If you are using wide character, then you will have to begin with the letter capital L. Basic data types. Basic data types or data types in C or C++, it is divided into 3 categories: primary, derived as well as user defined. One by one we will see the examples from primary, derived as well as user defined. As I said you, class, it is a user defined data type that you can see here also. It is one of the very important data type that we are going to add here in C++. User defined data type. So among the list of user defined data type, you will see structure and union. You all have learned about structure and union in C also. User defined data type, the most important is here class. That is new feature that we are going here in C++. So a class, it is a collection of object. In C++, structure is known as class. As I said, you all have learned about structure and union in C. Similarly, class is nothing but it is synonym like a structure of C in C++. It has some difference. Only few differences are there. You can see here the syntax. To create a class, use the class keyword. We will have to use the keyword class to create any class. So here you can create a class. This is the example. Name of the class is my class, and then this is access modifier public. Here there are some variable that I have declared my num by using the data type int. Then other data type is string and the other variable is my string. So you can create your own class by using the keyword class. That's why it is a user defined data type. Similarly for enum also you can use. Here we are using the user defined data type enum, and then day is the variable name, and these all are having the fixed values. So the enum keyword automatically enumerates a list of words by assigning them values from 0 to 0, 1, 2 and so on. In the above example, Monday has the value 0 as we have allocated 0. Tuesday has the value 1 and Wednesday has the value 2. So value of Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday is not going to change as we have fixed it. It always starts from 0. This is also user defined data type. Then the other data type is derived data type. Function is one of the example from the derived data types. You all are aware of function. You have learned about function in C also. Function is a group of instruction to perform a specific task. There are two categories, library function and user defined function. Library function, the example of library function is main function. By getting that particular word, compiler starts executing, and that is the category of actually, yes, library function. And the user defined function that users are creating for their according to the requirement. For that the syntax is, this one is void and this is name of the function. Void is the return type and then this is name of the function. Here I wrote my function, so this is name of the function, and in the curly braces the code that you are going to write. Functions are only executing when it is being called. This is one of the example of function. Try to go with this. You will get this output. I just got executed as I have written here in my function. When it is called from the main, when it is called from the main, you will get this output. Derived data type, other example is array also. In C also you have learned about the array. Here the size of the array is 10, name of the array is small a, and the data type is int. That is the, yes, this is one of the example of array. Syntax is data type, array name and size. The same structure we are following for the example, integer a 10. Size of the array is 10 and array always starts from 0. Indexing always starts from the 0. Now about the derived data types. Yes, derived data types, when we are talking about the derived data types, pointers are one of the examples of derived data types. You can see here, you will have a pointer is a one type of variable. It is like a variable which holds the address of another variable. So this is the syntax. Only difference is that data type, then Star. Whenever there is star along with the variable name, you just will have to understand this is a pointer variable. The only important thing is star along with the variable name. So these are example of, yes, pointers, integer, double, float, char. You can see here these are variable name along with the star. It means these variables are of the type pointer data type. Constants are there. Yes, there are two types of categories of constant. By using that you can declare, one is the qualifier constant, and using the enum keyword also you can define the symbolic constant. These are two examples: constant int size equal to 10 or constant size equal to 10. Both the statements are same. It creates a constant variable size which has the constant value 10. So both the statements are synonyms and they are having the value 10. So whenever we are talking about constant, it means it cannot be changed during the execution of the program. Declaration of variables. I have talked about the identifier in my earlier slides. Variables are nothing but they are synonyms of the identifier. So whenever you are trying to declare your variables, it is the syntax for this is variable declaration. For syntax for the variable declaration is data type, variable name. You can see here the example. This is data type, that is int, and variable name is I. So in C++ also we are following the same concept what we were following in C. The only few things have been differing that I will show you through the example. In C++ we can also declare a variable in the initialization section of the for loop. That we were not doing in C. That we will see through the example, which is not possible in the C programming language. It means we will have to declare the variable during beginning of the section. This is one of the example of for loop that you can see here. Here we have declared the variable in the for loop. Integer I is equal to 1. It was not possible in C to declare this int in the for loop. That we have declared here. Here we are having for loop. Integer I is equal to 1. If we were using the C program for this, then we will have to declare this I variable in the beginning during the declaration, starting of the program. But in C++ you will get this facility to declare this inside the for loop that you can see here. I am focusing mainly here. This is the basic difference, that you can declare your variable inside the for loop, which is not possible in C, and then you can rest of the part is same as you were doing in the C, but only difference is that syntax are also same, but the keyword that we are using for C in, C out, that is differing here. Thank you so much, student, for watching this video. If you like the video, then subscribe it and keep watching the video for the next consecutive parts of the C++ programs also. Thank you again.